Hello and welcome to the channel. My name is Josh and you're watching Our History. Today we're going over the life of Christiaan de Wet. He was a highly respected Boer general during the Second Boer War and involved in the politics of the Orange Free State. So if you enjoy this, please be sure to like, and if you're new here, consider smashing the subscribe button. If this isn't your first rodeo and you haven't shown some love to that subscribe, now is your opportunity. Thank you very much for watching. Christiaan Rudolf de Wet, also known as Chrisjan de Wet, was a prominent figure in South African history. Born on October 7, 1854, he became a highly respected Boer general during the Second Boer War. He skillfully led his troops in numerous battles against British forces, gaining a reputation for his guerrilla tactics and ability to outmaneuver the enemy. In addition to his military prowess, de Wet was also involved in politics and served as a member of the parliament in the Orange Free State. He died on February 3, 1922, leaving behind a legacy of bravery and leadership during a critical period in South Africa's history. Life. Christiaan Rudolf de Wet was born on the Leeuwkop farm in the district of Smithfield in the Boer Republic of the Orange Free State. He later lived in De Wetsdorp, which was named after his father, Jacobus Ignatius de Wet. Christiaan was married to Cornelia Margaretha Creer, and they had 16 children together. Even after his death, his family continued to grow as a grandson named Karel de Wet was born 2 years later. Military career. After serving as a field cornet in the First Anglo-Boer War of 1880 and 1881, de Wet played a significant role in the Battle of Majuba Hill, where the Boers emerged victorious against the British forces. This triumph ultimately led to the end of the war and the restoration of the Zuid-Afrikaanse Republiek's independence, better recognized as the Transvaal Republic. Following the war, de Wet resided on his farm for almost 2 decades, but in 1897 he became a member of the Volksraad, a legislative body. These experiences shaped de Wet's journey and positioned him as a significant figure during the period between the First and Second Boer Wars. The Second Boer War. In September 1899, General Christiaan de Wet, alongside his 3 sons, served as ordinary private burghers without any rank during the Second Boer War. They were part of the Heilbron Commando and received orders to proceed to the Natal frontier. On the 11th of October 1899, de Wet was elected Vice Commandant of Heilbron while reconnoitering the Natal frontier. He played a significant role in the Battle of Nicholson's Neck in October the 30th, where a considerable number of the 954th British officers and men surrendered. Following his engagement, de Wet actively participated in the siege of Ladysmith. On the 9th of December 1899, General Christiaan de Wet received a telegram from the state president M.T. Steyn, notifying him of his appointment as a fighting general. He was tasked with heading to the western frontier. Upon arrival, de Wet found General Piet Cronje in charge of the Boer forces stationed at Magersfontein, located south of Kimberley. At that time, the English troops were stationed at the Modder Rivier. De Wet was designated as Cronje's second-in-command. The British initiated their advance on the 11th of February 1900, with General French executing a flanking maneuver, outmaneuvering Cronje's forces at Magersfontein and advancing towards Kimberley. De Wet launched a raid on an ox wagon convoy at Watervalsdrift. Despite capturing 1,600 oxen, this action failed to halt the British advance. The siege of Kimberley was subsequently relieved on the 15th of February, and Boer General Cronje surrendered with 4,000 soldiers at Paardeberg on the 27th of February. Following this, de Wet was appointed as the Commander-in-Chief of the Free State Forces. However, despite their efforts, the Boer forces were unable to stop the British from taking the Free State capital Bloemfontein, which fell without opposition on the 13th of March 1900. His surprise attack on Sanna's Post near Bloemfontein on March 31, 1900, followed by the victory of Reddersburg on April 4th, established him as a formidable leader in guerrilla warfare. Though facing difficult situations and narrowly escaping British attempts to surround him, de Wet continuously struck at the enemy, annihilating isolated British posts. His successful career persisted until the end of the war, eluding capture and evading every attempt to bring him to justice. It is worth noting that his brother Piet Daniel de Wet, a successful Boer general, was captured and later served against Christiaan as a member of the National Scouts, who were Boers aligned with the British forces. Christiaan de Wet played a significant role in the peace negotiations of 1902, when President Steyn fell ill and had to leave the discussions. De Wet stepped in as the acting state president of the Orange Free State on the 30th of May 1902. His involvement led him to being one of the signatories on the Treaty of Vereniging political career. After the war, De Wet and the Boer generals travelled to Europe, including England, where they tried unsuccessfully to revise the peace terms agreed upon in Pretoria. De Wet documented his campaigns, and an English version called 3 Years' War was published on November 1902. In 1907, he became a member of the first Parliament of the Orange River Colony and served as Minister of Agriculture. He also attended the Closer Union Convention as a delegate in 1908 and 1909. Christiaan de Wet was a leader of the Maritz Rebellion in 1914. He was defeated by General Botha at Mushroom Valley on the 12th of November 1914 and was taken prisoner on the 1st of December by CMDT Yori Jordan. De Wet, relieved that he wasn't captured by an Englishman, was sentenced to 6 years in prison with a fine of £2,000. He was released after 1 year and promised to stay out of politics. A monument was erected at Waterbury and consecrated by his grandson, Dr. Karel de Wet, on the 14th of February 1970. General Christiaan de Wet passed away on the 3rd of February 1922. Prime Minister Smuts expressed his condolences to the De Wet's widow, describing him as a remarkable leader. De Wet was honored with a state funeral in Bloemfontein and was buried alongside President Steyn and Emily Hobhouse. A bronze equestrian statue was later erected in Bloemfontein to commemorate his 100th birth anniversary. Legacy. De Wet, a prominent figure in the Second Boer War, gained recognition for his acts of bravery during numerous battles. His valor and achievements in the conflict have resulted in various forms of commemoration honoring his contributions. If you enjoyed this channel and you'd like to support the creation of more content like this, because all contributions are greatly appreciated, please check out the Patreon link in the description below.